Hello everyone. Today I will tell you the untold story of Tigris, who happens to be Coriolanus Snow's cousin. Let's begin without delay. Tigris Snow was the cousin of Coriolanus Snow and an award-winning stylist in the Hunger Games. Tigris was born into the wealthy Snow family, part of an old guard of the capital elite that included other prominent families. Her status gave her many privileges, as she and her family had an exclusive ticket to enter the amphitheater, later rebuilt as the arena for the first Hunger Games. Before the dark days, the Snow family was wealthy. However, during the first rebellion, the family lost everything. Their businesses in District 13 were destroyed in the war, and the rebels also ruined capital supplies, which contributed to the loss of their fortune. The girl's parents died, and she had to move in with her grandmother and distant relative, Coriolanus Snow. When Tigris was 8, she started cooking for the family after Snow's parents passed away and they couldn't afford to hire cooks anymore. In her younger years, Tigris wasn't considered very pretty because she had a long, pointy nose and a slim body. Her eyes were a beautiful golden brown color. Tigris went to the academy, but she chose not to go to college and instead pursued a career in fashion. During her last year at the academy, she was in a relationship with someone she didn't know. She was hesitant to invite them because of her poor lifestyle and desire to keep her family situation a secret. They thought her reluctance meant she wasn't committed to the relationship. This was one of the main reasons they broke up. Tigris was 21 years old during the 10th Hunger Games. She finished school at academy some years back and landed a job with a designer, but the pay wasn't sufficient. She suggested that she had formerly worked as a sex worker to support her household. Tigris and Coriolanus had a familial relationship and grew up together since she was an orphan. She used to call him Corio, a nickname she picked up after they started living together following the death of their parents. Tigris deeply cared for Snow, and he trusted her enough to confide almost everything in her, including the truth about the snake incident in Dr. Gall's lab. This mutual trust was evident as Tigris believed in him completely, even thinking he couldn't harm a fly, though she later found out otherwise. Tigris was a kind and understanding individual. She didn't like the Hunger Games because she thought they were a cruel and unnatural punishment. During the nights when they were happening, she cooked to take her mind off them. He met Lucy after the rebel attack on the arena, thanks to Snow. To prepare for the interviews, Tigris gave Lucy one of her old dresses. In return, Lucy gave Tigris her rainbow dress, which she worked her magic on to clean and mend for Lucy to wear during the interviews. Tigris put on blush and lipstick, possibly becoming the first Hunger Games stylist, even if it wasn't an official position yet. As the games evolved, adding new rules and strategies, Tigris was selected to be the tribute's stylist, gaining fame among spectators. Over time, Tigris had surgeries to change her look into a tiger, tattooed her face and arm, flattened her nose, and gained enormous mustaches. These transformations were extreme, causing the capital to consider her as the sole citizen changed too much. It is unclear if she volunteered for the modifications. Her actions were akin to a tiger, and the changes affected her behaviors. She moved like a cat and ate only raw meat. She also growled and purred. Her voice was hoarse, like a cat's purr. Although Tigris and Snow initially got along well during the 11th Hunger Games, Tigris eventually grew to deeply despise her cousin. She even celebrated the prospect of Katniss killing him. Their poor relationship stemmed from their divergent views. Tigris considered the games to be brutal and unforgiving, while Snow supported and even refined them. Prior to the 74th Hunger Games, Snow terminated Tigris personally, citing her excessive surgical alterations as the cause. Perhaps her true motivation was something deeply personal. Later, she became a member of an underground resistance organization headed by Plutarch Heavensby, with the goal of toppling Snow and the capital. Here, she encountered Cressida. During the Second Rebellion, She possessed a small shop in the capital that specialized in selling fur-lined clothing. During this time, she helped Katniss and her companions by giving them shelter and food, as well as providing refuge for those who survived President Snow's overthrow. Tigris was the first to create and wear a symbol of tribute at the Games for public appearances. He is also one of the few characters who met both of District 12's victors, Lucy Gray Baird and Katniss Everdeen. The only other character known to do so was Coriolanus Snow. Are there any other characters you would like us to discuss on the channel? Let us know in the comments.